What's going on, guys? Tournzy with here today, and welcome back to another episode of our NHL 17 franchise mode playthrough with the Edmonton Oilers. So up here I have our lineup. Just want to show you guys before we go ahead and start Season 2. This is the 4th episode, and the pressure is definitely on. Our owner happiness has gone down from extremely happy to neutral. We're starting to lose fan attendance at the games despite having a devoted fan base. So some serious issues going on with this club. I definitely think we made some good moves in the offseason to improve our team. So you can see here's our lineup: Milan Lucic, Connor McDavid, Jordan Eberle. On the first line, we have Rocco Grimaldi, which I may move around if he doesn't do well in the second line slot there. But the idea is I'm playing him with a playmaker in Nugent Hopkins, who had a really good season last year. Nail Yakupov, who's also a sniper, so hopefully they can get us some offense. And I really wanted to bolster our third line because our third line was the weak point last year. So I'm going to go ahead and put Benoit Pouliot on the third line. And then we have three 3.5-star defense players who hopefully don't get scored on as much. But if they do, we will definitely be making some changes. This season, I think I would like to ultimately trade for a top 6 left winger or right winger. Probably right winger, because we have probably left winger, because we have Jesse Puarvi coming up in the minors, who I'll show you guys in a sec. But third line, Pat Maroon, Leon Draisaitl, Benoit Pouliot. Fourth line, we have Zach Kassian, Martin Hanzal, and Taylor Beck. I think Martin Hanzal is a trading chip for us this year if we want to maybe get that top 6 winger, but we will see. Let's go ahead and check out the defense. So we have Andre Sekera, who was actually our best defenseman last year. Adam Larson, I was hoping he could be our best defenseman. Hopefully this year he can step it up. Andre Schuster we picked up in free agency, and I think I'm going to probably, he's a left-hander though. What's Darnell Nurse? Darnell's left too, so I guess the left-right makes sense there. I ideally wanted to play Griffin Reinhart in that slot, but we'll leave it for Schuster for now because he is 3 years older and he's a defensive defenseman. And then on the fourth line, we have Oscar Klefbom with low elite potential and Griffin Reinhart top 4D potential. So pretty young D-core beside Sekera, who's the only one in his 30s. I think we're pretty solid, and we definitely it's an improvement from last year, especially on the bottom 6. So expecting big things from this core group of defensemen. Hopefully they can hold it down for us. In net, nothing too special. We just have Cam Talbot and Gianni Ortio. We definitely could use a prospect goaltender in the near future, or we can trade for one this season. I think we're going to be making a lot of moves this season because the owner isn't very happy with us. And I don't think we need any more draft picks. We have tons of prospects. We have a young team. We need some established veterans to come and light it up for us, and really push us towards the playoffs. Scratched, we have Letestu, Davidson, and Mark Fain. So, not too much depth, but let's go ahead to the AHL squad. So you can see Jesse Puarvi. I was thinking about bringing him up to the NHL this year, but he's only an 80 overall. So we're going to give him that chance on the first line this year in the AHL. Last year he was on the second line, and he still had the most points on the team. So I think this player has the opportunity to be on our team if he moves up to like an 81, 82 throughout the season. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that. Other than that, I think we have, Curtis Hamilton, 25, top 9 forward. He could improve a bit, hopefully, and then maybe he will come up to the NHL squad too, but we'll see. We have Roop Hintz, who's a top 6 forward. This guy, I'm not sure where we got this guy. Second round in 2015, so he was already on the team. But top 6 medium potential. He's 20 years old. Not very good defense or shooting, but good skater, and he's got good puck skills. So if he can bump up that shooting and defensive category, he can definitely be a center of the future for us. Nolan Patrick is he went back down to the juniors, so we won't be seeing him this year, maybe next year if he improves a little bit. And then we have Ethan Bear, who's another potential replacement on the NHL team for us. I wanted to play him, and I didn't want to have him scratched on the NHL team, so he's getting first line minutes here with Mark Fraser. And then we have Caleb Jones, top 6 potential as well. So I think we have good depth on D. Another top 6 potential right there, Jack Doherty, but he's only a 68 overall. And then in a goalie, we don't have too much going on. Just Laurent Brossoit, who's a fringe starter, 24 years old. Maybe a backup of the future for us, we'll see. And E2, Laura Kynan, and our scratch players, Ty Rimmer, who that's all we got. So that being said, guys, let's just go ahead and jump into the simulation. I'm going to go a couple weeks at a time. Let's get up to the AHL squad, or the NHL squad here. So fan happiness, pretty good so far. Let's go ahead and check the owner goals for the season before we get started. I don't think, so our local popularity has gone down significantly, and so has our national popularity, so that's not good. Something we definitely need to increase this year. Prestige, you know, the fans always want us to win, so we'll see how that goes. Still have a devoted and hardcore fan base. Game day tickets, not worried about the game day tickets yet. We want to go to the owner goals. So 18 sellouts this year, I think we can definitely do that. Worst case scenario, we just have to lower the prices on a few of our games. Secondary goals, winning on the road is critical, so 15 road wins, that's going to be kind of tough for our team, but he wants to upgrade. So he wants us to upgrade the team store and to upgrade the arena parking lot, which we can definitely do. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so, sorry, let me just check the state of the team again. I think it just said hopeful there, which is an improvement from a rebuilding team. So let's see what the owner is. So the owner is actually unhappy. He's not happy with our current performance. I suggest you focus on the goals I've set for you. And we're playoff hopeful, so that's a step up from last year. We were a rebuilder. As a playoff hopeful, I fully expect us to compete for a playoff spot. However, if we don't make the playoffs, we need to ensure our fans are happy with the direction of the team. And I will ensure you we'll be making some big trades if we're not winning right off the bat. I think we have 4 solid lines regardless, but let's just go ahead and upgrade the 2 arena things that you want us to upgrade and get that out of the way. So we can make sure that we have, so team store, he wants us to upgrade, right? So we'll go ahead and do that. Owner goal requirement, perfect. So let's just go and upgrade. How much does it cost to upgrade? So about $500,000, that's fine. Upgrade done, and we'll upgrade this as well. And then we don't have a ton of remaining funds, so that's not too good, but hopefully we can make sure that we repair everything in time and the owner doesn't get too mad. So everything's sitting in the mid-80s right now, so that should last us a couple months, and hopefully those get finished before the actual season starts. I'm not going to purchase the second parking lot yet because we don't need it. We got a small fan base, but they are devoted, so hopefully we can continue selling out. We'll see how it goes. So 87 fan happiness, 62 million in profit, and we're gonna have to start winning some games if we want to see real improvement there. So just gonna go ahead and sim to the regular season. I think we have our roster pretty much set. I showed it to you guys a few minutes ago. Let's go ahead and sim to the first season of the game. Okay, so that's 1 goal passed, and there's the second goal passed. So we already have 2 of the 4 goals completed for the year. Last year we only completed 1. Upgraded the current goals. What do you want? What do you want? Okay, so he's happy now. He's happy that we've completed 2 of the goals. I'm happy with your job you've done so far. Keep doing what you're doing. Absolutely, my friend. The big thing is I want to win this year, and that's what's going to really make an owner happy when you win, because that brings in more fans, that brings in more ticket sales, and just overall success and awareness to the team. So let's go ahead and do our scouting assignment for the year. If you guys know me, I'm always going to do the OHL for 6 weeks at the start, and I think we're looking for forwards at this point, or we may even go goalies. Let's go ahead and go goalies because we need a goalie prospect for the future, and I would rather not have to trade for one. So budget for the upcoming year. Okay, so he's fine with us spending extra on player salaries as long as... Okay, arena operations. I think this is pretty much the same as last year. This doesn't leave me with a lot of funds, so I'm actually going to bring it down 2 notches on each one. Okay, so about 1 million on each, except for this one advertising 1.5. What happens if we go auto assign? 0 funds remaining. You know what, let's go ahead and just do that. I'm sure the computer knows what it's doing, so I'm going to go ahead and save that budget. And we have a ton of... I'm going to go auto-assign promotions because I don't want to make too much difference the way I did it last year. So preseason 2 losses right off the bat. Then we get a win. So we're 1-1-1. Pretty solid. At least we can... I'm hoping that we can at least be a 500 team this year. That should be able to maintain all of our owner goals. But we will see. Huge Hopkins injured. Damn, man. We got 1 win in the preseason. So in general, the amateur scouts call on this going to be a good year for rookies. That's good. Okay. Salary cap compliant. I think we are, so I'm not going to worry about that. We go 1-4 in the preseason. That's absolutely disgusting. I can't believe we're not winning any games. I think we're going to have, just in general, a tough time in our own division. So, hold team meeting. Yeah, I think we're going to definitely have to hold the team meeting. Fan happiness is already down because we were doing awful in the preseason. And we had our entire frickin' team playing. So, not very good. I don't even have assistant coach on, so I definitely know he didn't make any changes. Let's go ahead and hold this team meeting. 75 locker room chemistry. That's actually pretty good. It looks like we have some more presence in the locker room this year. Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. So, 2 leaders, 1 on the first line, 1 on the fourth line. We got Connor McDavid, Taylor Beck, and then Adam Larson and Yanni Ortio are presents. So, definitely better than last year. McDavid was the only leader last, well, Ferentz too, but I kind of want to turn this morale off because I'm not too happy with it. I think let's take a calming approach. It's the start of the season. We don't need to be too aggressive here. Man, they just hate everything I say. Hey, Lucic, Hansel, Pulio, Maroon, Schuster, Ortio, Reinhardt, and Grimaldi all choked that I said it's the first game of the season. Come on, guys. Are you kidding? Maybe I'll just stop having those team meetings. The morale can just automatically fix itself. Can I actually turn morale off right now? I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So, league settings. I think that's in here, right? Rules? No. Not in rules. What about gameplay sliders? No. I don't know what to, Okay, let's just not worry about it right now. We'll deal with the morale. There's got to be a way to change it. I'll check it next time. So, 2 the goals met. Owner is not willing to move. He is happy with what we've done here, I guess. And let's go ahead and sim the first couple games of the season here. So, I'm not sure what nights are the promotion nights, but I'm just going to go again in 5-game stints, and we're going to make adjustments accordingly. So, first 2 games, divisional games against LA and Anaheim, and we come up with a win. First game of the season, lost second game of the season on back-to-back nights, though. That's okay, because we're 500, you know, and that's what I like to see, a 500 team. Let's hope we can maintain that throughout the next 3 games. Big 6-1 loss to Detroit and Columbus. Come on, give us an easy game here. 4-1 win. Okay, that's a good start. That's a good start. I'm happy with this start so far. And Winnipeg, can we beat Winnipeg? We do. 3-0 win against Winnipeg. So, solid start to the season. I'm not going to make any changes because I'm happy with a 3-2 start. So, next 5 games it is. Actually, let's just sim to the end of the month here. And then we'll go ahead and check out who's getting points. But it seems like yeah, we'll definitely edit lines manually. So Griffin Reinhardt's injured. That's too bad. Our team was doing good. Hansel's up to an 85 on the 4th line. That's what I like to see. Guy's 30 years old and he's still progressing. Grimaldi went down to an 80, so that's kind of weird. What's your points looking at? 2 assists. That's interesting. What about... So I may have to move him down. We'll see, though. Benoit Pouliot, how many do you have? Pouliot. What's going on, my man? He's got 1 assist, but he's a -1, so he doesn't deserve to get moved up. Patrick Maroon. What about Patrick Maroon? 2 assists, so it's kind of just too early in the season to tell. McDavid, still only 3 points. Look at those stats, though, guys. Pretty impressive. First line forward, probably Lucic, I bet, has the most points. 5 points. What a surprise. And okay. So the first line's doing what has the most points, looks like. Nugent Hopkins. Wow, this guy's a beast. I think he is good, definitely, in the second line position, because we start losing games when we put him up here. Back to edit lines. We're going to go ahead and go best lines and then make some adjustments accordingly. So I don't think we're going to change anything there. And it looks like it inserted Davidson, so I'm okay, that's fine with that. He's just a top 6D, getting some time. And hopefully doesn't let us down, because Griffin Reinhardt is a pretty good player. So who is this? Victor Bartley, 80 overall, 7th D-man. What's your stats looking like? 29 years old. I don't think it's going to be worth it to pick up this guy, so we're just going to go ahead and decline that. I don't think we need him. and we keep the winning ways going. So 5-2 here. I'm sure the fans are happy with how we're performing in relative to last year. Griffin Reinhardt, what's going on? Welcome back to the team. Let's just go ahead and go best lines. So I like actually what the best lines has given to us so far, and we are winning games, so I'm not going to complain about it. There's Griffin Reinhardt back in the lineup. And let's go ahead and get out of there and keep the simulation going. See, when we're winning games, you know, we don't need to make changes, and that's what I like to see. So 7-2-1 to start the season. Absolutely fantastic. I don't think it's worth checking out points yet because it's only really 10 games. So just go ahead and sim another 5 games and see how we perform. Can we beat the Canucks? We should be able to beat the Canucks. They got a declining team, but they're 7-3 as well. So, and we do beat the Canucks. So I'm assuming we're at the top of our division right now. San Jose looks like they've had a huge drop-off since last year. I'm sure Joe Thornton or Patrick Marleau retired or something like that. And here's our first big injury of the season. Nail Yakupov gone for the next 2 months with a mild concussion. That's also a very tough thing to come back from. So we're going to go ahead and go best lines and see what it gives us here. I don't really like Patrick Maroon up there. I think I'd rather put Pulio because we were winning when we had 2 snipers up there. And he is a left-hander, he is a right-hander, so I'm going to go ahead and switch them. And then Zach Kassian up on the 3rd line, although it should probably be like Hansel or something like that. Let's go ahead and put Hansel up here. He's a right-handed player, and we're not going to take Maroon out of his natural position. But hopefully that helps out with the 3rd line a bit. And he's got a pretty good defensive category too, so yeah. Let's keep it going here. Amateur scout calling what's going on. Okay, so we did the WHL goalies. Let's go ahead and do the OHL goalies. See what we got. So relative to our division, we actually were doing pretty good, but 2 losses there back-to-back. San Jose and the Arizona Coyotes. A little unfortunate. Minnesota's a pretty good team too, but we beat them 9-1. Oh my god, what is going on? Fan happiness is through the roof. Locker room chemistry is going up. Profit's still near 60 million. So definitely a good start to the season. 9-5-1 here. I'm going to go ahead and do 5 more games, and that'll give us 20, and then we're going to evaluate the points and see if we need to make any serious changes. So only 1 divisional game coming up, and it's against Calgary on the back-to-back night. I'm assuming we're going to lose that one. Yeah, so 2 back-to-back losses. We seem to do not very well on the back-to-back games. Or the Friday night games, I guess, either. So here's another back-to-back. Let's see how we do. Can we beat Florida in Florida? Probably not. Shootout loss. They're a pretty good team. They did win the Stanley Cup last year, but there we go. Redeeming ourselves against Detroit. And there we go. So there's the first 20 games of the season at 10-8-2, and definitely a better start than last year. Let's go ahead and check out our stats real quick, see where we are in the division. So we are in the wildcard spot behind LA, Vancouver, and the Ducks. Those are going to be definitely our 3 competitors, but the Sharks and the Flames actually are right behind us, so we can't get into sleep for too long. They're RNH, leading our team in points. I wonder if it's just because McDavid is playing against the best players why he's not getting that many points. Let's go ahead and segregate by lines. So McDavid, even Draisaitl has more points than him, but McDavid is a +8, and that's the difference. But RNH really proven his worth playing along those 2 snipers. I think Lucic just isn't a good fit right now for McDavid. His playing style isn't working out. McDavid needs skill players to play with him. So Lucic got 20 points, which is weird because McDavid only had... Oh, okay, never mind. McDavid had 16 points. What am I talking about? So Lucic 20 points there. Pulio has 12, Grimaldi with 9, but he is a plus. The only person that's a negative is Taylor Beck. Was anybody a negative in centers? I didn't see. So Hansel, who was on the 4th line. So maybe it's the 4th line that's our problem this year. Zach Kassian, we got a little bit more depth. Yakupov doesn't look like he was doing that well, but he's only played 13 games. Everly's got 20 points as well, so looking good so far. We got a few point-a-game players. Definitely good to see. Not getting too many points from our D-man. Top 2 pairings. Top pairing has 10 points. Griffin Reinhardt there on the bottom. Or actually, is he playing top 4? I think he's playing top 6. So that's pretty good. He's got more points than Schuster, so making his case to get moved up to the top 4. I think I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to move Reinhardt up to the top 4 and see if that makes a difference for us. And let's check out the goalie performance now real quick. So Cam Talbot definitely has better numbers than Ortio. More wins and a better goals against average. So that's what we expect. We always expect our starter to do better than our backup. Relative to the division, let's check some of the power play stats. So power play, it looks like we're near the bottom. Actually, we're right in the middle, so that's fine. Penalty kill, we are the worst in the division. Okay, so definitely need some better. We know this though. We know we need more defensive players, and have the exact same record on the road that we do at home, so that's good. Last 10 though, 3-6-1, not very good. So let's see if we can shake things up a bit here. And let's edit the lines. So we're going up. We're taking on a team next that's below 500. Let's go to our defense, and we're going to move Reinhardt up to here and to play with Nurse. I would love to see these guys grow to be our top 2. Well, actually, Larson's up there. So these 3 are really our top 3 D-men of the future. Clefbaum is kind of the one sitting on the outside looking in. But we'll see. Like, the points are pretty even right now. It's hard to say. It's the beginning of the season, and I don't think I want to change too much. The Draisaitl injury is kind of unfortunate. Oh, sorry, not Draisaitl injury. Who got injured? That's right, Yakupov. Yakupov is someone I was like looking to trade in the first year, though. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so 91, 90, and 87 offense, defense, goalie. Let's go ahead and sim a few more games here. So 5 games at a time. Looks like we're heading out to the Eastern Conference for some games here. And then we come back to play Sorefoot. Oh man, are you kidding? I guess that's only for a few more, another week or 2. So let's just go ahead and, I don't want to go best lines. Let's replace the player. So 2-0 win, a good game there against the Devils. They're below 500 team. Buffalo seems to be a pretty good team here, so Eichel's probably making an impact. We lose 4-1. Playing Pittsburgh, very good team. I'm sure we're going to lose to Pittsburgh. Yeah, 8-2 loss. NYR, we should be able to beat the Rangers. 3-1 loss. Okay, so we're back to 500, boys. Yakupov is ready to come back, so let's go ahead and edit the lines. And let's get our lines back together here. So with RNH out, we'd have that centerman depth, so Draisaitl comes up and fills in that slot there, and we have one of our top scoring wingers back, so that is good. Other than that, I don't think we need to change anything. Let's just put Reinhardt back. Oh, actually, Reinhardt lost like 5 games in a row, so I think we're going to move him back down here. Even though he has more points, it's probably better suited for him to Lucic, mild concussion. Okay, so he won't be gone for too long. These injuries, man, I'm telling you, they kill us every single year. So let's go best lines, and looks like Yakupov. We brought Yakupov back too early, and he got injured again too. So definitely testing out our depth here. I would kind of, let's see how Priarvi is doing. If he's actually, it doesn't look like he's increased in overall, but 8 points in how many games? 20-ish. I think he was doing better last year. That's okay. He is not waiver eligible, so we could bring him up if we wanted to. Let's actually go ahead and do that. Let's bring up Priarvi to the team, and let's see where he slots in, and see if he can start winning us some games. So in the system, we have Ethan Bear too, but I don't think I want to bring him up. I want to let him just continue to grow. So let's bring Priarvi up to the team. Welcome to the team, my friend. And we're going to go to edit lines, and let's get you in the lineup. Yes, I think we want to go best lines here, but then once we get up to the NHL, let's go best lines and see where they put him. So is he scratched right now? Why are they putting Faint? Okay, so they put him on the first line. My God, with Connor McDavid. Are you kidding? We have 2... Oh, I don't know if I like that. I think I'd ideally like to put like Hansel up there or something. But then that's just like Lucic. Let's mess around with these lines a bit here. I'm going to go Hansel on the first line. PRV is going to go on the second line. I'm going to bring up Mark Letestu, and then we're going to put Cassian back down. Well, no, because I don't want to play Mark Fane. Mark Fane should probably stay on that line. Taylor Beck, do you have good face-offs? No, you don't. Maroon, 60, so we don't have anybody with really good face-offs down there. They're our worst line regardless. What's Cassian's face-off? 60, so that doesn't help at all. They play the least amount of minutes every game anyways, so we're just going to leave that how it is. And we're going to go and try and put Parvy on the second line. Did he make it to special teams? I'm sure he did too. Yeah, so first line special teams, that's okay. He won't get first line time right off the draw, so let's go ahead and leave that how it is, and let's see how the simming engine does for us here. So game against Boston, a 4-1 loss. Okay, so finally PRV loses some frickin'. Are you kidding? Okay, so RNH is back. This may kick PRV out of the lineup, and if it does, I have to go ahead and send him down. So no, it's leaving him on the first line, which is interesting. Let's go ahead, but we lost with him on the first line, on the second line, I guess. Okay, so let's give him that first line chance and see how he does. So promotions night against Nashville. I'm gonna sim another 5 games, and this may be the point. If we get to 2 or 3 below 500, I am gonna make a trade, and it's gonna be a huge freaking trade. I haven't done any pre-scouting on who I want to trade for yet, but there's a couple wins in a row, so PRV definitely showing he belongs on the first line. I wonder how many... Okay, 5-2 loss. Never mind. Back to 500. Calgary, how you doing? Shootout win. And last game against Chicago here. Can we beat them? They're a pretty good team, so I don't expect us to beat them. Yeah, 2-1 loss. Still a 500 team. Fan happiness is sitting around 80. This is probably going to kick PRV off the team. Let's see. Let's see actually how he's done up here. So 3 points in like 5-ish games. How many games has he played? 5 games, 3 points. That's not bad, but Lucic has more points than him, and he's a more established NHLer, so I think that's who we're going to go with. But it is leaving him on the second line, which is interesting. He's a two-way forward. He's not a sniper or anything like that. Grimaldi is a sniper. But I think actually that improves our team. So who does that scratch if we do that? Letestu. Okay, so Yakupov. Yakupov is the one that when he comes back, he's going to have to go, unfortunately. But he's performed well. I mean, I'm not complaining about how he's doing. RNH actually is a catalyst on that second line as well, so this may actually be a good thing for Harvey. He may be getting a few more points, but he seems more like an assist guy. You know, he needs like a sniper centerman or something. Somebody who's has good shooting, which RNH has pretty good shooting. Looks like he has the best shooting on the team. Yeah, actually, Lucic had 4.5 star. McDavid's got 5 star. Okay, so basically these are our best shooters right here, which is kind of what you expect. How's the defense looking? They're looking good. Still leaving Reinhardt on the top 6. That's his role at this point too. You know, he's only an 82 overall. So 500 team here, coming up to the game against Toronto. And we're just going to go ahead and sim another 5 games and wait until Nail Yakupov comes back, and then we're going to have to make a big decision. So Letestu's pretty choked that he's getting scratched. We may need to send down PRV, but okay, I guess that's 2 losses in a row. We haven't done outstanding with him, and we're below 500 again. So let's go ahead and I guess we'll give our next scouting assignment to the QMJHL. We're going to go goalies for 6 weeks. There we go. Big 5-2 win against Calgary. Can we beat Draisaitl's injured strained hamstring for... Okay, so that's only like a couple days. That's fine. But that helps PRV stay on the team. So Hansel's getting up. Oh, Letestu down to a 77 after getting scratched. I guess the guy's 32, and he has... Oh, man, his faceoffs are 85. He deserves to play regardless. Okay. Yeah, PRV is going to have to go down, and I'm sure if I was Letestu, I'd be choked that PRV is getting played instead of me too. But that's the thing, you know, we're above a 500 team. Oh, 6-0 loss, my god. Okay, so let's go ahead and go best lines here. We want to keep Letestu happy, and we want to keep PRV growing. What's his points looking like? how many games have you played? So 10 games, 6 points in the NHL. I mean, he almost has as many points as he did in the AHL already. I don't know how we're gonna get rid of this guy. You know what I mean? Do we go? Sorry, did I go best lines? So best lines again takes what's his face out of the lineup. What if I take Patrick Maroon out or Taylor Beck? Yeah, let's go ahead and take Taylor Beck out, and we're gonna put Letestu in. So Letestu, let's dress you, and we're putting you in. Substitute. Okay, perfect, and we're gonna make you the centerman. What's Hansel's? Oh, Hansel has better face-offs. I'm sorry, Letestu, you're gonna have to go on the wing. So he's still on the fourth line. We have a pretty solid fourth line, I think, with Hansel there. Although I'd rather play him up here. Yeah, let's go ahead and play Hansel up there, and then we'll put Letestu in the middle, and because they're gonna get the least amount of ice time, so I think we want our best players playing when they can, and then we got our offensive players up here. Let's actually go, and I want to switch this up, and I want to put Eberle with Hopkins and Prairie on the first line, and see if that makes a difference for him if he can get up to a point a game. Back to edit line. Too many dressed skaters. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? Extras. No lines. Here we go. So Taylor Beck, we're gonna have to scratch you, my friend. Scratch player, I'm sorry. And that should fix our lineup. There we go. And let's see how we do now with the simulation engine. So first game up against the Dallas Stars, pretty good team. I think we can beat them, but we'll see. So then we have 2 back-to-back games against Anaheim. That's going to be tough. Let's go ahead and sim to this New York. Actually, was that the end of the? Yeah, it was. So we're in January now. Okay, so Yakupov is back, and I think it is going to be time to send down PRV, unfortunately. Let's see. So, I mean, we could send down Letestu, because we do have the 4 centers, and then if he gets injured, we could, I mean, he has waivers, though, that's the thing. He's the 3rd-line scorer, it's listing him as, which is definitely not correct. We're going to have to send down PRV, it's just the only way, unfortunately. It was a good stint on the team. Yeah, 7 points. I mean, it's just not enough to justify. Your role as a minor league scorer, so we're gonna have to send you down, my friend. I'm sorry. I hope you don't lose morale, and he did. So let's go ahead and edit lines real quick. And then we're gonna go best line, see what it gives us. Yakupov back on the 2nd line there. Martin Hansel's in. Taylor Beck. So Letestu is still not playing. I mean, he's pretty choked about that, but he's a 78 overall. His physical is really bad. He doesn't even have really good defense, so he's not really, doesn't really have anything to justify me playing him. And then we just beat the Dallas Stars, who's a 20-11 team. When we beat the Arizona Coyotes, we should be able to. Well, we lose in a shootout, okay, so at least we're getting some points. I don't think we're in a wild card spot at this point, and we lose to a team that's right above us. So that's not good. It looks like we have 5 things to maintain too, so let's go ahead and get to that. I hope we have enough money to do this. So let's go ahead and repair that. 10 days. Is there anything else? Washrooms are going to be next. This is going to be a lot of money. Repair. Actually, we have quite a bit of funds remaining, so that's good. So we should be fine. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the bathrooms now too, because you know it's going to pop up in a couple days. How many funds? Do we have enough to do both? I'm not sure. So our stadium's only 2 years old. I mean, I don't think we're going to ever relocate with these guys. Before we go and, you know what, let's go ahead and sim the rest of those 3 games. Can we beat the Dallas Stars again? Can we? No, we lose to them. And, okay, so here's the big question mark. These injuries, man, they take forever. So let's go ahead and go best lines. Letestu's back in. 76, he's really choked, eh? I don't think we want to change anything else to our forwards. Larson's still 85. No growth there. Why is this guy not growing, you know? 25 years old now. I guess it's the low potential that's really killing him. Yeah, if we lose both these games to Anaheim, I'm going to be making a serious trade. Let's go best lines. Okay, so we can beat Anaheim, but we're still below 500, which is the thing that bothers me. You know, we're not even going to make the playoffs again this year. We haven't been selling out either. Concession, yes, we can maintain that. Just give me a sec. I'm getting there. Repair, yes. And now the big question is, are we going to have enough to repair this right here? We'll wait till it pops up. I'm hoping we do, or else we're screwed. We're going to have to mess around with the budget a bit. Okay, so 18-19, it's time to make a serious trade. I'm going to go ahead and browse through the trade blocks first and see if there's any realistic trades that I can make, but ideally, I'm going to want somebody to really come in, change his team, and be here for a long time. So let's go ahead to trade and improve, and we're going to browse some trade blocks together here. If you have any suggestions, don't forget to toss them in chat, or if you see anything that I missed, let me know. Okay, so, okay, who's the 73 overall Jones? That's interesting that he's on the trade block. Power forward left wing. We could definitely use a left winger of the future. First round 2016, medium top 6. He's a 4th line at this point. A lot of trade value though. I'd probably have to give up a lot to get him, so let's just keep looking around. Justin Williams, Jaromir Jagr, pretty much the same amount of trade value. 84, 86, not really worth giving up the farm for them. Top 5, top 9, a new 87 overall goalie elite, 23 years old. Who is this guy? This might be a trade we could think about. So he's got 2 wins and 11 games played. Oh my god, that's not good. But he's 87 overall. And he's got a full athletic category. So this guy is, I mean, he's already getting paid $5 million. That's an improvement from what Cam Talbot's getting paid. I don't know if we're going to be able to make that. So here's, remember Columbus Blue Jackets, something we got to come back to. Prospect, Franz, a new. Harluck, a new. S. Watson, a new. First round picks, a new. Ryan Garop, no. Keaton, no. Chris Kunitz, no. That's the thing with the trade block. You're kind of getting all the leftovers. There's not going to ever be somebody that's going to be on your... Well, I guess that guy, that one goalie, was kind of weird to see him up there. It's weird that he was on the trade block, too. 11 games played, only 2 wins. Maybe Columbus just a bad team. Jared Stoll, no. No. So, nobody really on the trade blocks I was interested in besides the Jones and the Columbus Blue Jackets. But look at his trade value. That's ridiculous. Let's see if we can trade for him and just see what it would take to trade for him. If we think it's worth our while, we will see what we can do. But look at that trade value. I mean, that's insane. We're already right near the cap as it is. So, going right to our goalies. I would actually like to see who they have for goalies too. So Cam Talbot. How much is Cam Talbot making though? $4 million. So it's only like a $1 million increase. This guy is... Okay, I want to see who they have at goalie. So they got Bobrovsky, and then they have Korpisalo, who is their backup, which doesn't make sense to have him, but Bobrovsky is 29 years old. That's interesting. Interesting, interesting. But they do have 2 potential goalies down here, so I could see why they want to trade him, because he's worth a lot right now, and they've already paid him. Okay, so let's see what it would take basically to get this guy. Probably, who else are you interested in? Skaters matching block. I don't think we're ever going to trade McDavid, so let's forget about that immediately. Yakupov maybe, but then we're not getting a forward in return, so I don't really like that trade. Hansel I could trade, but let's see actually where that brings us up to. I kind of liked him on our team, to be honest. But it does definitely get rid of some, remove some cap. Let's keep Hansel for now. Let's see who else is down here. Reinhardt, a nurse. Maybe this Ethan Bear guy. He's only 20. Like, I'd probably be better off trading Reinhardt. That's the position that he's in right now. Pulio back, and then we're getting down to the nobodies. So, goalies matching block, anybody? No. Draft picks. Do you want any of our draft picks? What about a second round? Where does that bring us up to? Nowhere close, eh? What if I gave you 2 second rounds? And 1 from next year. How fair does that make it? It looks like we're still kind of on the losing end of that. Well, they're not interested in any of the picks either, so I don't think that would ever go through. What if I give them second, and a third? Okay, I'm just gonna try this. Well, I should probably add one more thing that they actually want. I'm giving up 5 assets for this. That's ridiculous. Skaters matching block. I mean, I'd be okay giving up like Fane or Letestu. Let's go ahead and propose that trade, see what they say. I think it would be an improvement for us in net. And then we get rid of some cap with Letestu, who doesn't even want to be on the team anymore. But we are giving up a lot of picks to get this guy, and then we don't really have... I mean, we only have... I mean, these guys are a contender, so... you know what? I'm just going to propose it and see what they say. Are fine with copying what you are after. It would seem that a trade block surplus came in handy. However, you aren't where you need to be in value offered, nor are we particularly interested. Okay, so that's not going to work. Let's just go ahead and exit that. Back to the trade block. Let's just go ahead and propose a trade. Again, we're looking for a top-notch left winger, a skilled left winger, ideally in the Eastern Conference. So I don't think, and ideally he would be young too. So not gonna be the Capitals. Jets, are the Jets in the Western Conference now though? I don't remember. So it looks like that their best player is right there. Yeah, so not gonna work out with the Jets. Canucks, no. Maple Leafs, let's take a look. JVR maybe, but he's not really a skill player. He's like a power forward, isn't he? Power forward, yeah. I don't think we need another power forward. We already have. Oh, actually, Kirby Reichel. I would be interested in Kirby Reichel for sure, because he's another power forward. Power forwards on the left-hand side, skill players on the right-hand side, but who do we give up for this guy? Good question. Very physical player, so he'd be playing with Nugent Hopkins, who's not very physical. I would like to trade for him. That'd be interesting. How much is he making right now? So Kirby Reichel, okay, so how many years left? So he's going to need a raise next year. So we'd have to give up a little bit of cap to get him. Okay, interesting. Who's this guy? Timishov? I don't think I'm going to trade for him. We need players that are good now. So Kirby Reichel would be an interesting one to look at. Jonathan Drouin, top 6 forward, 85 overall. Sniper. I would think I want a sniper. Palat is worth way more than Drouin. That's interesting. Nemestikov, Adam Ernie. So I would actually love to trade for Jonathan Drouin, and then we could put McDavid and Drouin together. That'd be a killer combo. But then we need somebody big on the right hand side. Okay, so Drouin, Kirby Reichel, 2 ones I'm interested in at this point. I don't think I want to trade for anybody on the Blues. Robbie Fabry, actually. David Perron. Fabry's a sniper, too. That's interesting. So good puck skills, good skating, good shooting. The important thing is it's got to be someone with good shooting. Second line forward. That'd be perfect for us, too. Ooh, do we want to trade for this guy? But he's on the St. Louis Blues. that's in our conference. So Fabry's another one we're going to look at. Sharks, we shouldn't be looking at the Sharks. Yeah, they're an old team. We don't want anybody on the Sharks. Pittsburgh Penguins, do you guys have any left wingers for me? Carl Hagelin, new. So regardless, I think I want to trade for somebody young. Somebody that's going to be on our team for a long time. So I know these guys have like Jacob Voracek, or it looks like he retired actually. I don't think I want Scott Lawton. He's only got top 9 potential. Left wingers on the Senators. Hoffman, interesting. Matt Pumple, I don't think I want to trade for. MacArthur, new. Rangers, they may have a couple interesting players here. Rick Nash, no, too much. Chris Kreider, new. Michael Grabner, new. Okay, so that's it. I think I'm just going to go ahead and trade for Robbie Fabry. I know he's in our... they don't want to give him up either, so this is going to be a difficult trade to make go through. So right off the bat, left wingers that we want to trade, probably Grimaldi, who has like no trade potential, but he is playing in our top 6. So actually Maroon has more trade potential, so I think I'm actually going to throw him up there. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw up Maroon up there. I think he's been like one of our worst players, so I would love to get rid of him. Let's go ahead and check out our draft picks now. So second rounder, is that going to make it even? Or it looks like we actually win that trade. But I don't think they're going to want to do it regardless. So I think I'm going to have a little bit more trade value than them anyways. So I'm actually pretty happy with that because I think Fabry was drafted in the first round. Yeah, so he's a first round player. Going to play immediately on our second line. And we're getting rid of somebody who's been a bad player for us for a long time. Minus 12, 14 penalty minutes. I mean, I don't think we need this guy on our team anymore, and he doesn't really fit the mold of the Edmonton Oilers. That's one thing I really want to improve on this team too. We need a team identity, and that's something that the Oilers really haven't had for a very long time. So I'm going to go ahead and propose this trade. Actually, you know what? I'm going to see if I can add and actually want, because goalies, I don't, players, there's got to be some players matching their block. Okay, so Letestu. Can I get rid of Letestu? Just get him off my hands, and then I'll take one of your players who you don't want. Any potential guys? Bottom 6. Nichushkin. Let's see if we can make that work. So I still think we have a little bit more trade value there. Worst case scenario, I'll take off Nichushkin. And let's go ahead and propose this trade. Totally unwilling. I don't think you have the value of your asset isn't stuff at all. It doesn't match our trade block particularly well. Okay, let's go ahead and remove him and see if that makes a big difference. Okay, so they definitely don't want to give up Fabry. Let's go ahead and let's not ruin what we have with them. Let's go ahead and look at who is the other one? Jonathan Drouin? Yeah, let's look at Jonathan Drouin and see if we can make a trade for him. So Robbie Fabry is a big no. Drouin probably has a little bit more trade value, so this might be a little bit more difficult to make go through. Yeah, you can see here, so actually no, it's not as much trade value, but he is making $3 million, but that's kind of offset by the 2 players we're giving up. And we're also giving up a second round pick, so I'm hoping this goes through. Let's see what the Tampa Bay Lightning have to say. Totally unwilling to give up, yeah. We like Patrick Maroon if you want to take... Okay, so they like Maroon, they don't like Letestu. So let's take off Letestu, and I think we're still winning in that department. Let's see if we can just give like a 3rd round pick to make that go through. Do we want to give up a 3rd? Let's give up a 4th and a 5th this year, actually. See if that works out. I mean, we're giving up 4 assets for 1 player. And the trade value is completely in our favor, so let's go ahead and make that trade, see if it goes through. No, it doesn't. Please consult as for your offer to us. You aren't where you need to be in the value offered. Okay, so let's go ahead and not worry about that then. Kirby Reichel it is. I mean, those, or else we're going to have to keep looking through the teams. Those were 3 left wingers that I was really interested in. Kirby Reichel. And again, we're still up in trade value, so I don't know why this doesn't go through. But let's go ahead and add a couple more picks. Because I don't think Kirby Reichel is like an outstanding player by any means, right? So again, 4th and 5th round pick, and that should make it go through. Should. Sorry, I'll give you guys the 5th. Why is it not letting me? Okay, there we go. And then we want to add in a 5th. And this better go through. If this doesn't go through, this is ridiculous. Look at that trade value. We're like almost doubling their trade value. Proposed trade, let's see what they say. Totally unwilling. Are you kidding me? This is getting ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this and this. And then I'm just going to add a 3rd round pick for next year. Because they actually want it, right? So this should be going through. I mean, I don't know why this won't go through. There we go. Finally, we made a trade. And this definitely improves our top 6, or at least as if he plays in the top 6. I mean, we'll see. But getting rid of Patrick Maroon, who has been a consistent and negative player for us. Let's go ahead and check out the roster moves. See what we got to do here. Again, making our team younger, but I think we're getting better in the process. I mean, do we send down Letestu? These guys are all waiver edit lines. Let's just go to edit lines. I want to see what's going on here. So I'm going to hit best lines, see what it gives us. So Kirby Reichel, where are you? Are you scratched? No. Are you in the system? Okay, so we need to bring up Kirby Reichel immediately. Roster moves. So Kirby Reichel, you're coming up. Who are we sending down? It may be Letestu. Yeah, Letestu, you're one of the minors. I mean, you're not happy to be on the team, so just get out of my face. Okay, I'm okay if Letestu gets claimed, because honestly, he's just been a kind of a pain in my ass. Yeah, welcome to the AHL, Mark Letestu. Let's go back to edit lines. See where we can put Reichel in the lineup. I would like to put him on the 2nd line, but I mean, yeah, okay, good. It puts him on the 2nd line, and then it moves down Grimaldi to the 4th line. It actually is putting Hansel also on the 3rd line, which is interesting. If I go best lines, yeah, it keeps him there. So that's interesting. We have a lot of potential players in our top 6, which is kind of scary if you think about it. But I don't know. We didn't make the trade for that goalie, right? Yeah, that trade never went through, so still a 1-2 punch with Talbot and Ortio. I think that improves our team, though, significantly. We're slowly building this team up, and I think that's all I'm going to do for this video in terms of trades. Let's do a few more, a little bit more simulation, though. Yeah. Parvy, how you doing down here, man? He's a minus, but hopefully he can improve. So big trade for us there. Getting rid of Patrick Maroon, bringing in Kirby Reichel, power forward for a younger, better power forward. That's what I like to see. Let's get back to 2 player meetings available. We'll go ahead and do those. I think one of them is Kirby Reichel, one of them is Nugent Hopkins. Let's see. Yeah, so Nugent Hopkins, what do you got to say? Okay, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know what else you want me to say. At least you're still friends with, like, Suster, Eberle, and Grimaldi, so I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry that it affected you that way. His morale dropped. He doesn't like the kid gloves approach. I've never seen that before, so that's cool that EA added that in. Glad to join the team. I'm sure make sure this trade looks good for you. Okay, we'll give him the calming as well. Yes, he appreciated the calming talk, so right on. I think he's a presence too, isn't he? So Grimaldi's now a presence. Eberle's now a presence. This team is definitely trending in the right direction and bringing in some younger guys. I like what we've been doing. Let's go ahead and sim a few more games, because now I obviously want to see how our team's going to perform with the new players. Okay, so I think I'm going to just sim to the All-Star game, and we'll go again 5 games at a time. So first game with the big changes, do we get a win against a good Chicago team? No, we don't. No trade offers in a while. We're just going to leave our trade block how it is because I don't like getting offered trades. I like just making my own trades. There's a big 4-1 win against the Canucks. I think the important ones are the division games. You know, if we can win the 4-point games, that's very important to us. So Schuster's back. He's available. Let's go ahead and go best lines here. Okay, I like what they've done. I mean, maybe I should be putting Hansel down here and giving Grimaldi the chance. I don't know. But why is Fane down here? You know what I mean? We don't want a D-man playing there. Who's scratched? Okay, so I guess Pulio is the one, but we could bring somebody up. But I don't want to bring somebody up just to sit them. Letestu? Not a chance. So Roop Hintz looks like he's made a little bit of progress. He's up to a 78 overall. That's really good to see. Anton Lander's a 79. I could bring up Anton Lander. Priarvi is still an 80 overall. Amazing puck skills and senses, though. That's kind of all we're expecting from him. I mean, he's going to be a playmaker for us. Big win against the Islanders. They're a pretty good team. Can we beat the Kings? Yes, we do, in LA as well, so that's great to see. Let's just go best lines in the AHL, not too worried about that. And looks like Pulio is back, so let's see if this changes at all where Kirby Reichel plays. I don't think it will, but I'm sure it's going to change where Hansel, yeah, it's going to slot Hansel back down to the 4th line, which gives us a really balanced lineup. See, I don't know if I want to be playing Cassian up there, though. He's physical, so he should be on the 4th line, right? Plus Grimaldi's a right-hander. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. What's his defense? Their defense are both crap, so he's just not physical. What's the physicality here? So, yeah, so those two players are physical. I think we got enough physicality on that line, and that should be fine. Let's go ahead and keep on trugging along here. 3 big wins in a row. That's what I like to see. Big game against Montreal seems to be a promotions night. Can we get the win? No, we get the loss. Okay, so 21, 20, and 5, and we have our last 5-game simulation here. Let's go ahead and do it up. So screw you, St. Louis. There's a big 4-2 win over you guys for not frickin' trading us Fabry. Honestly, though, if I was the GM of St. Louis, I wouldn't be trading away Fabry either. So I'm sure I'm fine. That's actually a pretty smart decision on their part. So a couple shootout losses in a row. It looks like we need some more maintenance on the arena. So 3 losses in a row, 4 losses in a row, and we're on a losing skid back to 500. Okay, so let's go ahead and at least our fans are happy. We're keeping, what's our last game attendance? So it looks like we've sold out the last couple games, which is really good to see. It looks like we need to maintain the parking lot. I think we should have enough funds for this. Shouldn't be a problem. Yes, we just have enough funds to repair. But I don't think we're going to be able to repair anything else for the rest of the season, so that's good. Looks like we got to at least repair everything once a season, which is about $2 million, which kind of sucks, but the good thing is our fans are happy. Last year they were very unhappy. We weren't doing very well. Game day ticket happiness they're not too happy about, so I could reduce the prices slightly, which I think I will. I'll reduce it by $5 on each one. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's what's Ottawa sign? Yeah, it doesn't change anything. Well, I mean, it increases it by $1, but I think we're just going to go ahead and leave it down there at, yeah, perfect. I'm happy with those prices. Hopefully the fans agree with that too, and that should improve our sales. So let's sim past the All-Star game here. Anton Lander, what's going on, man? You've just been injured for so many times. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this video. We will check out the stats real quick. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so again, you can see we're not in a playoff spot there. We're behind. It didn't show us. Calgary, and right behind the Canucks. So we're only like 2-3 points behind the Canucks, which is unfortunate. But Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, a leading point scorer, 42 points. That's good to see. Let's go ahead and just check out all our stats real quick here. So Nugent-Hopkins, despite being on the second line, is still our leading point producer with 42 points here. McDavid right behind him with 36, and we have Draisaitl at 31. And the good thing to see is they're all positives. Last year, they're all negatives. And again, our fourth line is the issue this year. It was our third line last year, but you can see Martin Hanzal minus 14. Let's go ahead and check out our left wingers. So Lucic leading the way on the first line. Kirby Reichel just traded for this guy. He is a minus, but I'm sure this is from his other team. You can see he's played 52 games, and we're only at like 46. Pulio's an even, but 21 points. Grimaldi, 19 points. Pretty good for an 81 overall, must say. Taylor Beck's a minus 9. So it's our fourth line that's the issue this year. Jordan Eberle, 36 points. Yakupov, big drop off there, but you can see he's only played about 30 games. Zach Kassin is the only minus, and he's kind of been on our third, fourth line, up and down. And then we have Jesse Prairie, who's almost a point a game, and he only played 11 games. So I think he's definitely going to be an NHLer for us next year. But for this year, he's going to stay in the minors because we're still a losing team. We're only 500. For D-Man, so D-Man, if you look at all the plus minus, it's really good to see. Our top 6, there's nobody in the negatives. Last year, they were all the negatives, so huge improvement from last year. I'm sure our owner is very happy with that. But looking at the points, Sekera, Larson, Clefbaum, not really getting too much production from our D-Man, but at least we are 500. So goaltending, let's go take a look at the stats here. So .912 for Talbot, .908 for Yoni Ortio. Definitely some room for improvement, but that's pretty good for both of them being on a 500 team. And goals against average a little bit high, both over 2.5 goals per game, so that's not very good. Let's go ahead and check out the team stats now. The big things I look for in the team stats is the power play percentage and the penalty kill percentage. Also the goals for per game, I guess. So goals for, we are third in our division, 2.6, which is pretty good actually, but we have more goals against per game. We're actually second worst, next to the Arizona Coyotes. So I know we're a very offensive profile team, but we need to improve our defensive structure if we ever expect to win anything in this league. Power play is looking, mediocre, right in the middle again. There's definitely some room for improvement. We really need a first-line sniper. I just think should be the next thing that we should go for. Penalty kill percentage, again, you can tell our penalty kill is shit. We have bad defensive players, so that's still where we need to improve. And I think Kirby Reichel helps us in that department. Getting rid of Patrick Maroon was a good call. Martin Hanzal pick up on the first year was also good. But how is our away record? So we only need 4 more wins on the road to complete that owner goal. That's really good. But I think that's going to go ahead and be it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you guys tomorrow in the next live stream, in the next episode, where we will hopefully make some bigger trades to improve this team even further. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.